start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottaman Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtika Om Jnanatimiransya Jnananjanashana Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajeevan Sadhaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Shakhamritamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastite Rakta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Harupriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Visthavi Purikau Bhagavati Kriya Shri Giriraja Vasami Subhakti Bihari Bhanda Vignas Shakti Udani Imam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Visthavi Ganeshwati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tindri Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharini Nirvishesha Shri Radhi Pasram Radhisha Mukham Karoti Rachalam Pangam Yandati Bhakti Bhavati Girim Yakripatamahan Vande Shri Guru Devaparam Hare Krishna. So welcome back to our Gita. So actually was supposed to complete chapter 14, but one paragraph is left in text 27, so we'll complete that. Brahmana hi pratishthaham amritasya vayasya cha shasvatasya cha dharmasya shubhasya ekantikasya cha. And I'm the basis of the impersonal Brahman. So why Krishna is saying this? Text 26. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. So when we cross the three gunas, so we come to Brahman. Then Krishna says, and I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable and eternal, and is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness. So let's remember that everybody in this world is trying to mitigate misery. I think at this stage of life, like what is so obvious is like how from youth you become old. And it's like so horrific to observe the degeneration. You know, it's like today we were having a program, and just put my foot, we put on the AC in the hall, seminar hall, put on the AC, and I put my foot for 5 minutes only. And it was catching me. Then I said, why? And I said, because this foot must be diseased, right? This foot must be diseased. That's why everybody's aram say walking, in the room, and they're happy actually. It's so hot. They're so happy in that AC, and for me, it was touching my foot. So, and it means that every part of the body will get diseased, and therefore there'll be pain. It's rotting. The body is rotting actually. So, therefore, we look to Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is promising us here that we can come to the stage of Brahman. What is the stage of Brahman? Brahman is that which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal, and is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness. So last week, we went into a large description of what is the stage of Brahman, like the takeoff from the material to the spiritual. And then we spoke about this Brahman cannot just be in point of neutrality. Prabhupada describes it. It cannot just be a point of neutrality, because if we are neutral, we can come down. So unless we experience a higher taste, raso vaisaha, rasam hi evayam latvad nandi bhavati. When one understands the personality of Godhead, the reservoir pleasure Krishna, he actually becomes transcendentally blissful. So when we connect with Krishna and we exchange affection with Krishna, then this is the point of no return. Actually, the point of no return. Once you find that person who loves you and who you're able to love without inhibition, without thinking that this person may let you down, or this person has some deficiencies that may cause you pain, right? So once we contact Krishna and we are satisfied and happy in his association, so there's no question of falling down. So the last paragraph. All right, Shikala, you want to read this? The living entity, although Brahman by nature.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. The living entity, although Brahman by nature, has the desire to lord it over the material world, and due to this, he falls down. In this constitutional position, a living entity is above the three modes of material nature, but association with material nature entangles him in the different modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Due to the association of these three modes, his desire to dominate the material world is there. By engagement in devotional service in full Krishna consciousness, he is immediately situated in the transcendental position, and his unlawful desire to control the material nature is removed. Therefore, the process of devotional service, beginning with hearing, chanting, remembering the prescribed 9 methods for realizing devotional service, should be practiced in the association of devotees. Gradually, by such association, by the influence of the spiritual master, one's material desire to dominate is removed, and one becomes firmly situated in the Lord's transcendental loving service. This method is prescribed from the 22nd to the last verse of this chapter. Devotional service to the Lord is very simple. One should always engage in the service of the Lord, should eat the remnants of foodstuffs offered to the deity, smell the flowers offered to the lotus feet of the Lord, See the places where the Lord has his transcendental pastimes. Read of the different activities of the Lord, his reciprocation of love with his devotees. Chant always the transcendental vibration Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and observe the fasting days commemorating the appearances and disappearances of the Lord and his devotees. By following such a process, one becomes completely detached from all material activities. One who can thus situate himself in the Brahma Jyoti or the different varieties of the Brahman conception is equal to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in equality.
Right, so we've got a recipe here, right? A spiritual recipe. So the problem of the Jeev is stated here. What is the problem of the Jeev? The cause of his misery.
He entangled himself in the different modes of nature, goodness, passion, and
How did he end up there?
due to his desire.
The
Desire over
desire,
Lord.
yeah, the desire to lord it over material nature. And therefore he falls into material nature, which consists of these three modes. And when he comes in the grip of these three modes, they make him do so many things, which we already discussed at length. So how to cut it? So Prabhupada said this is an unlawful desire. To want to control material nature is an unlawful desire. Why unlawful?
Because it does not belong to us,
Yeah. To whom does it belong?
to Krishna.
Yeah. The whole creation belongs to Krishna. Material nature belongs to Krishna. But when see it's like this, this material nature makes us believe that we can dominate her. Because see, like Jeev is superior, isn't it? We are superior energy. And nature is inert, inferior energy. So therefore, this Jeev, he feels he can dominate material nature. Just like wars are going on through the whole history of our life. Like we've been hearing about wars. Right? Why do people fight? They fight over what? Over land? They want to conquer land. They want to conquer people, right? This is what happens, right? So when we try to go and conquer a land, the reaction comes back on us. What's the reaction? We die in the war, right? So material nature has conquered us. We set out to conquer the land and we fight over it, right? We go in wars over it and we die. So it means that material nature is still there, right? The land is still there, but we are gone, right? Prabhupada explained this. So meaning that material nature has defeated us. So, because it is unlawful, this desire is unlawful, therefore, it cannot bring any happiness. So it causes all the trouble that we are going through. So, by engaging in devotional service, this unlawful desire is removed. All right. Now, from this paragraph, by engagement in devotional service till the end, Prabhupada is describing a stage in the development of Krishna consciousness. It says, describing about Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. Right? So we are moving up. So when we engaged in Bhajana Kriya, in the association of devotees, Sadhu Sangha, so what happens? There is anartha nivritti. All right, there's anartha nivritti. The desire for sense gratification, the material desire to dominate is removed. So here we are. We want to dominate something. We want to dominate people. We want to dominate land. We want to dominate all types of wealth. But by association with devotees, by the influence of the spiritual master, meaning the Bhajana Kriya, meaning we take Diksha, all right? By the influence of the spiritual master, one's material desire to dominate is removed. And then he comes to Nishtha. One becomes firmly situated in the Lord's transcendental service. This is Nishtha. So this method is prescribed in the 22nd. Let's look at 22nd. What does 22nd say? The Supreme Person Godhead said, O son of Pandu, he who does not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present, or long for them when they disappear, who is unwavering and undisturbed to these reactions of material qualities, remaining neutral and transcendental, knowing that the most alone are active, who is situated in the self, and regards alike happiness and distress, who looks upon a lump of earth, a stone, and a piece of gold with an equal eye, who is equal towards the desirable and the undesirable, who is steady, situated equally both in praise and blame, honor and dishonor, who treats alike both friend and enemy, and who has removed all material activities. Such a person is said to have transcended the laws of nature. And then came one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, meaning he has reached the stage of Nishtha. So at the stage of Nishtha, one will transcend the modes of material nature and becomes situated at the level of Brahman. This method is prescribed from the 22nd to the last verse of this chapter. Devotional service to the Lord is very simple. So how do we practice devotional service? The question is that, how do you practice devotional service? So Prabhupada says, one should always engage in the service of the Lord. So what should we do? Come and clean the temple. Just like we had a satsang today, so much work was there, right? And if we didn't have volunteers who would do the work, what will we do? We can't manage, right? So we had to wash plates, we had to wipe the place, we had to set out the room, then we had to do the serve out, then we had to clean up after them, and then we had to, whatever was going, it was a service. So some girls came and they were so happy, so they had some service. Very simple work. Devotional service to the Lord is very simple. So simple. We wash some plates, we dry them, we put out the dirty, It's all Krishna service. What for? Because you want people to come and hear about Krishna, and you're facilitating that. So it's simple, right? You don't have to go and open a company, right? To make Krishna happy. What you are, you do this. Simple and easy. One should eat the remnants of foodstuffs offered to the deity, prasadam. So what is devotional service? We should eat only Krishna prasadam. Smell the flowers offered, so we do arti, right? So when we do arti, we have the flowers and we smell them. Then see the places where the Lord has his transcendental pastime. So we go on yatra, right? We go and we see the pastimes, places. Read of the different activities of the Lord. Shravana. Hearing about Krishna. We hear about the activities of the Lord, his reciprocation of love with his devotee, like how Krishna protects the Pandavas, right? Who chastises the Kauravas, right? We want to hear this. Somebody's on our side, right? So we read about Krishna. Yeah, his reciprocation of love with his devotees, like Durvasa Muni. Duryodhan instigated Durvasa Muni to, trouble for Draupadi, right? So what did Krishna do? With only one tiny morsel. I remember I was a child, when I heard this story. Child meaning I was 8 years old. So I heard this story today. I remember this. So my father, he was telling us the whole Mahabharata. So I heard how Krishna took that one morsel and everybody, 10,000 disciples were satisfied. So this is very endearing. It's extremely endearing. And then we'll hear how Krishna came and he told Draupadi, bring me the Akshay Patra. And he wants to eat. And Draupadi was crying. He says, as it is, I'm already in trouble, right? With 10,000 disciples. And here he is, my friend, Krishna, right? He has come and he also wants to eat, right? From where will I get? So she was in distress and crying, and Krishna very nicely, mischievously, charmingly, right? You can imagine all this. I mean, imagining and saying, right? And he took one, he found in the corner, all right? It wasn't cleaned properly. So in one corner, he found one grain, right? One grain. And he ate, and everybody was satisfied, right? Problem solved. Yeah. His reciprocation of love in his devotees. Chant always the transcendental vibration, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And observe, now Prabhupada is saying, observe the fasting days, commemorating the appearances and disappearances of the Lord and his devotees. Please don't miss out on this. Don't miss out on this. You must fast. Unless you're sick, every single appearance and disappearance of the Lord and his devotees must be observed with fasting. And if you're sick, then have a banana, have a mango. Now mangoes available. Have pomegranate. Or I'm giving you little tips. If you want to survive your fasting and you think, oh, I'm so weak. So banana, mango, pomegranate. Pomegranate can keep you going on for hours. Right? And milk, in case you're too weak, right? There's no need to get in the kitchen and cook a big feast for yourself. Cook for Krishna. Right? But not for ourselves. By following such a process, one becomes completely detached from all material. What's that? Meaning we no longer want to do anything that is material. When we engage in devotional service, right? Let's say, you're used to offering the food to Krishna. It's your life, right? To offer the food to Krishna. Can one day be that you don't offer your food and you just eat? Is it possible? Is it possible? If every single day, every single meal you're offering to Krishna, the juice that you're drinking, you're offering to Krishna, that one fruit that you just pick up, you offer to Krishna. Is it possible for you for one day not to cook and not offer to Krishna? So by following such a process, one becomes completely detached from all material activities. Can thus situate himself in the Brahma Jyoti, or the different varieties of the Brahman conception, is equal to the Supreme Person Godhead in quality. So, Atma is Brahman by nature, but when he becomes, his mind, his soul becomes distorted by the desire to lord it over material nature, then we start doing so many funny things. And this is the cause of his suffering. But if by good luck, he get the association of a spiritual master, and by his influence, he can retrieve the paces down, like he was falling down, right? Now he can go back, and he can go up. Anything on this section?
Can I have a question?
Yeah. Ask.
Mataji, you said about you must every single day, every single thing you must offer. So, Mataji, if you are not pure, if you are not clean, and there is nobody else in the house to offer, so I am just offering.
Yeah,
So
you have to offer. We
because
just
what-
said, Ahaitukiya Pratihata, devotional service is Ahaitukiya Pratihata. It cannot be stopped by anything. There can be no cause that can stop devotional service. No
Yeah.
question of cleanliness or uncleanliness. Right?
Okay, ma'am. Yes. So even if you're off the altar, then you just offer.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mataji, one more question.
Just
Uh,
offer means manasik or
huh?
just
No,
offer means mansik or proper offering.
proper offering I'm doing, Mataji.
Yeah, you have to offer. Of course, if there's nobody in the house, you have to offer.
I was so doing mansik when I was in the. I prepared the plate and then mansik I put tulsi and I recite mantras and then
That's what everybody's doing anyway.
no, but not to the Lord. Matlab, on
To
that
whom? The impersonal Brahman? To whom you're offering? You're taking the name of Govinda, right?
Krishna.
You're taking the name of Govinda.
I was not knowing that, but I was doing that. So now I can understand.
You know, See, in deity worship, unless there is manasik puja, you can't do the physical puja. This is part of the process of deity worship. First, there has to be manasik. When you're speaking of manasik, you're saying in imagination, like this Brahmana, he didn't have anything to cook. And he was hearing about, how Krishna is pleased with kheer. So in his mind, he imagined, in his meditation, all right? He imagined, he collected the ingredients. He collected the ingredients, and in his imagination, his meditation, he was cooking it. And then he heard that sweet rice tastes very good when it's cold, right? So then he was checking, he put his finger, he was checking. And then he found that his finger physically burned, whereas in his mind, he was doing everything in his mind, right? Then the conclusion was that what is offered, cooked and offered in meditation is actually being done physically, outwardly.
Mataji, one more question.
Hmm.
Like fasting on all the festival days, if you're not able to do the full fast, then just eating something simple like fruit or salad and all that is okay, no?
You just said it. Nice. And I just spoke about fruits that is very filling and keeps you going. There's sugar in it, right? Keeps you going. 3 very powerful fruits: mangoes, banana, pomegranate. They keep you going. A pomegranate, good pomegranate can keep you going for 4 hours. And if you have a mango and after half an hour, 40 minutes, you have milk, will keep you going almost the whole day. Half day, anybody can fast. 11, 12 o'clock, anybody can fast, right? After 12, if you're weak, then you may need something. And already half day is gone, right? You're also cleansing your system. Otherwise, the machine is always working and working and working, right? So rest to the machine. So Krishna, he has created all these events in our life, right? So you see, we are so much into eating because we believe that unless we eat, we'll die. Right? We're so convinced about it. But those who fast, like the Chaturmasya, right? Those who fast, they know you don't die if you eat, if you don't eat. And reduce. So these are, in India, you'd see it everywhere. It's amazing how people can fast. Like, where did I just saw this video? God, it was someplace. God, where the Saptarishis are. I forgot what's the name of the place. And like this young man, they are like so excited to just show everybody their pilgrimage. They're going very places where I would never be able to go. So they're shooting the videos and they're giving, in so many hours you can reach, you do this, you just reach. And I was watching, these women with their babies. All right. It's a trek. It's a trek uphill. And these women with their babies, they also walking up. How is it possible? Right? We are, at least, I can never do even one parikrama. I'm complaining, and here comes the, the woman with one baby here, and just walking on parikrama. And then she's going uphill, They're not going to be left behind. They will also go. Old people also go, right? On pilgrimage. They go. Now I'm just saying the temple is so crowded, so crowded. And they're always old people, and they're always looking for some place to sit. And the temple is such a crowd, it's like packed. You can't pack the whole area with chairs and benches and chairs, it's just not possible. So, in the small passage in the pit stall area, and we're going out, I saw this man. What he's doing? He's holding his mother, making her walk, and in other hand, he's carrying a chair. This foldable chair. Oh my God! Such people still exist, where they can hold their mother, elderly mother, because the mother wants to come to the temple, right? They don't want to be left behind. I see the temple here. People of old age, they can hardly walk, right? They still want to come, and they suffer. I don't know whether they come again. I don't know, but at least I'm saying always old people. So this is because of taste. This is because of desire. Whether even if it's a material desire, maybe they don't want to become old again, right? Maybe they want to get free from their disease, whatever it may be. But that determination is there that I must do something for my future life. So what's the big deal for us Hare Krishna devotees, to fast? What's the big deal? I'm saying this because I found the devotees don't fast. I was shocked. They don't fast. I don't know what's going on in their head. So again and again, Prabhupada is speaking of fasting in this simple, basic book called Bhagavad Gita. Simple, basic. Right? Prabhupada is saying, observe the fasting. And how is it that we just very nicely discard it even when we are initiated? How is that possible? Or do you expect to get any result? Stop now, because the next chapter will be on a different tone. Is it okay? Is there anything else?
Can I ask one question? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Why we are not eating? Matlab, we are not doing fasting full day for Ram Navami day.
Sorry?
On Ram Navami day, why
Yeah.
we are having feast after 12, after Abhishek?
We are doing
Not,
Abhishek. We are doing the Abhishek at 12.
But not fasting, not eating
Yeah,
or
we
fasting.
fast. Yeah,
we fast till Abhishek. Then we eat normal food. But why not Ekadashi food?
Because Ekadashi, isn't it?
No,
not for Ram Navami. Yeah,
Not
for Ram Navami. For all other Narsinga Chaturdashi or Purnima, everything we have Ekadashi. But for Ram Navami, even I was thinking about that. Ram Navami half day, maybe because Ram
Yes.
was born in the morning. But why not Ekadashi?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Mataji,
don't remember what I had for Ram Navami.
No,
Yes,
Mataji,
very strong
Ram
that
Navami, my
day.
children,
After-
is a favorite because that day they get to eat normal prasadam. So they love to go for a Ram Navami festival.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Rama is feeding you? I don't know.
Prabhupada ji said somewhere we should fast, we should eat Ekadashi Prasad, but our temple is serving Ekadashi Prasad.
You know, for me, I don't remember what was served on Ram Navami Day, but I know every festival there is Ekadashi. Prasad.
Not on Ram Navami and Sita
I
Navami.
can't remember. What was Sita Navami? What did we have in Sita? Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Sita Navami we had
I don't know.
dal chawal, puri sabji. Not
Mataji,
like this Ekadashi
question.
Prasad.
Srila Prabhupada's disciples, one lady, she's here in this temple, and she said, because on Narshinga Chaturdashi, after eating the Ekadashi fast in the evening, the program finished very late at 8 o'clock, so we were eating then, and I was still hungry, but I was feeling shy to ask for more prasad, so I was going to go home and eat some. So I asked this Mataji that, can we eat now the fast we have broken, we have eaten Ekadashi fast. So at home, can we eat normal grain food? So she said that everybody's standards are different. She said here we are only eating Ekadashi prasad on all the festival days, but in Mayapur, they are eating normal. They can eat grain. Like this was on Narshinga Chaturdashi, I asked her this question. So
I don't know. It's always a disappointment when we have Ekadashi Prasad, right? But anyway, if you had a full day fast, it's very good to eat light, right? And Ekadashi Prasad is so easily digested and doesn't create disturbance in the body, right? Usually, if fasting is broken in a very gentle way, we don't suddenly load the system with food because you have trained your body to have less, right? And at the end of the whole, meaning the body has accepted that there's going to be no food. And then suddenly you just dump so much work on the stomach. From health point of view, I would say the best is Ekadashi Prasad. I didn't notice what was there for Navami or Sita Navami. Things were just too exciting, I guess. I didn't notice.
Mataji, another thing I just wanted to clarify. So Ekadashi is basically no grains and no beans. So no pulses and no grains. So now we have this, and the sama rice which we are having is actually millet. So can we have any other millets? I mean, from where do we find out this? Because millets are not.
Well, I'm not sure whether all millets or grains are not, but at least sama rice, it's a seed. It's not grain. It's not a pulse. It's not pulses, right? It's not cereal. It's a seed. Like even this quinoa. Quinoa is seed.
Pulses are also seeds only, but they are categorized now as millet.
No, like rice, wheat, These are grains, right?
Yeah. Huh.
These are
Yeah.
grains,
They are great.
right?
Yeah.
And so now this summer we call it rice. So it's not a grain.
Yeah. It's not a grain.
It's a grain,
It's a
yeah.
millet actually.
Yeah. So
Comes in the millet
this
category.
this we know. All right. Now don't ask me about other stuff and venture. So what you don't know better, don't venture, right? See, the point is that we're not going to find ways and means by which we can have a nice meal, right?
It's austerity basically.
Yeah,
Austere.
yeah. And many devotees don't have anything on Ekadashi. You know, it's just like compromising. So compromise to such a point that we don't create, we don't break your fast. Anyway, if you have Ekadashi, everybody knows it is so light. It's so, see, like when with me, I have very poor digestion, extremely poor digestion. But I know, like Nrsimhadev Chaturdashi, 7:30, maybe almost 8 o'clock. I had Ekadashi Prashadam, and I could still take rest quite early. Otherwise, I can never, I just have indigestion, and I won't be able to get up the next morning. But Ekadashi is so light. Yes, we're still on food. You are disturbed about food.
Mataji, I met somebody who knows you in the temple just now. From Mauritius, he's a young boy, and he said, "Yes, Mataji, I used to live in the temple when Mataji was also living there." And he said that you still go, and when you go to Mauritius, you still live there. He's Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj's disciple. A very young boy, Achyut Kripa. I think his name is Achyut Kripa. And he was praising you like anything.
All right, we are over with the topic of Anamai. Anamai Kosh. Even Hiranyakashipu was better than us. He wasn't eating anything, right? He was only breathing when he was doing his austerities. You know, I remember how I really didn't like Ekadashi. Whenever Ekadashi would come, it's just like such a resistance in my mind. Oh, it's Ekadashi. It's Ekadashi. I guess even now, like I have to be like conscious with Ekadashi. But eventually I found out that Ekadashi is a very good day for just giving relief to the digestion. All right, let's end here. Panchakalpataru Nischa Kripasindhave Yacha Patitanam Kripadayo Vaishnavam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.